let's take a look. Probably seen some of them, but number 100 is Battlefield 2042. Now, I'm going to say this. Most of these games on here are games that I just put in a massive amount of time during points of my life. And when I put in that much amount of time of a video game, I tend to like it. I really liked 2042. I thought it was a nice, refreshing mix-up to the formula. There are fan servers out there. It's still going strong. Also, you can pilot a mech, and, you know, I'm very, very biased for mechs. So, tee-hee! But no, I do really like 2042. It's easily replaceable on this list, I'll fully admit. That's why it's at 100. But yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it's fun. It was fun, and it was kind of a shame no one really liked it, and they just wanted generic military shooter at the time. I will say, like, the main mode, where, like, you're capturing silos and stuff to blow up the shields on the battleship that you need to, like, go invade and shoot everything, could get really turtly and rough to go through, but yeah, honestly, good game.
Pizza time!
It's pizza time, but I'm gonna keep on going. Number 99, Red Dead Redemption. That ending makes me cry every time I see it. It's only this low because, like, despite me really liking the game, the story, everything else in between, like, my opinion on most 7th gen stuff, even if I like it, still tends to run low. Let me turn the music up a little bit. So, that's why it's down here. But it's like, I still really like it. They did kind of do a bare bones port to modern consoles. I do kind of recommend playing it, but it is Rockstar. It is very strong 7th gen-ness. So it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I like what it did. I like the whole storyline of a man just trying to get out of a bad situation, and literally every force in the universe wants to put him into a bad situation yet again, just to keep the good situation. Number 98, Chips Challenge. So, I have had a rule, like, there's games that I really, really like, but I never actually sat down and, like, fully beaten, because time is a horrible thing and comes for us all. But Chips Challenge is a game that I spent multiple years of my childhood, going through. I like that emote. Good emote there. Chips Challenge is very mind-bending when you get to the later levels. There are some very, very tedious. Yes, I did see that. It is very cool. For the record, by the way, the first Chips Challenge, free on Steam. The second Chips Challenge is dirt cheap. But yeah, you can easily just go find Chips Challenge out there in the world. Play it for free. You can even swap between the Windows 95 graphics and the Amiga graphics, and there's a bunch of graphics packs out there you can put in. And like I was saying, despite the amount of time that I put into this game growing up, there are just some levels that are pure absolute tedium, and you could still fuck it up, and you'd have to restart the entire level, and it's bad. That's a word. Number 97, Wet Tricks. Wet Tricks is an inscrutable puzzle game for absolute sickos. I am an absolute sicko. Wet Tricks is punishing. Wet Tricks will beat you senseless over the head multiple times. Wet Tricks is horribly anxiety-inducing. You will cry playing Wet Tricks. I fucking love Wet Tricks. It's this low because of all the reasons I said, but it is a very unique puzzle game that demands everything from you. Oh god, does it demand everything from you. To those who are not unfamiliar with Wet Tricks, the goal of the game is to build lakes. See, you get it, creator. You build lakes via bringing up the terrain using, like, Tetris-style pieces that fall from the sky. If water drains out of the sides, it fills up your water meter, and if your water meter fills up fully, you lose. What Tricks is on the childhood rental project that the N64 version will be played one day. Of course, it's not that simple, because if you build too high, an earthquake triggers, which destroys most of your terrain, which could cause draining. Bombs come in, which create holes in your terrain. You gotta make sure you have enough area for the lakes to come in. You can't drop a bomb on another bomb hole, otherwise bombs will come down and destroy your area. But yet eventually you do get fireballs that can burn away lakes for bonus points and burn away some of your water meter, depending. So, you know, absolute sickos game. Can I recommend it? Yes, with like many asterisks. Number 96, Bomberman Hero. This game is dank. That is about the kindest thing I could say about Bomberman Hero. It is exceptionally dank. A lot of people are not going to like this game. I feel like most Bomberman fans are not going to like this game. It was originally supposed to be, I think, Bonk beforehand, before Hudson decided just to give it the Bomberman branding. But I have fond memories playing this game. I beat this game as a kid. I was playing it a little bit as an adult. I still think it's a fun game. Has a nice soundtrack. The controls are a little inscrutable. Bomberman's floaty. Some things just don't work out well, but I overall really like Bomberman Hero. Like, I think it's worth checking out. I think it gets too bad of a rap. But, you know. Anyways, number 95, Contra 4. This is why I have decent hopes for the new Contra coming out, because I'm a freak, and out of all the Contras, I think Contra 4 is the best. Way Forward did an excellent job. They also very much, like, went in with the history of Contra for Contra 4. The dual screen thing takes a lot to get used to, especially for a Contra game, because bullets are going to come after you at all sides. But there's a lot of unlockables, there's a lot of throwbacks to old Contra games. Like, it was like a massive love letter to Contra. And that's why I really like Contra 4 out of all the Contras. Of course, nowadays playing it is a little hard if you don't have original hardware, because DS emulation can be inscrutable, but, you know. I'm going to go to 90, and then I'm going to go get some down. ActRaiser's 94. I fucking love ActRaiser. I'm one of the few people who do not mind the remake, even if, like, it gets a little too tower defense-y for my tastes. But ActRaiser just overall, strong Yuzo Koshiro soundtrack. The city building's nice. It's kind of this low because all the other games I just like a lot more. I really wish there was a little bit more to the city building, but ActRaiser is just a huge recommend. Like, it's a good game. I don't have a lot of complaints to it. It's simply good. Number 93, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. I was like 10 or 11 years old when Star Wars Episode 1 came out. I really enjoyed Episode 1. I wanted to consume as much as I could of Episode 1. And that led into me playing Star Wars Episode 1 Racer and also Battle for Naboo. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, by the way, is on the rental project. That will be played, N64 version. I love this game. Like, absolutely fabulous game. You go fast. It really does capture the spirit of pod racing. It's dank. Like, it has issues, but not any issues that outright kill the game. It's just kind of this low. Like I said, it's this low because everything else I like better. And it's just kind of filled with dankness, but the good kind of dankness. Number 92, SimCity 3000. I have a fun history with SimCity 3000. I got SimCity 3000 because I was part of a, like, science group in high school. It wasn't middle school. Middle school. It was middle school. And we used SimCity 3000 to, like, simulate a city. And then we were gonna, like, build the city, and the city got shown off at, the local tech school. And we used SimCity 3000 as like a simulator within the club. But I love SimCity 3000 so much that I asked my dad to get it for me for home. And I dumped a lot of hours of SimCity 3000 in that game. Granted, I ended up prioritizing going to my bowling league instead of going to the science thing, which big oops, but I helped out presenting the city, and our city took third. But the lasting legacy is I just really, really, really like SimCity 3000. Like, I've never played a SimCity beyond 3000. 4 wasn't appealing to me. That new one I heard had like a lot of online bullshit going for it. 3000 I could big recommend. It goes for dirt cheap on GOG every so often. Alright, 91. StarCraft 1. I put in a lot of fucking hours to StarCraft long. Yeah, pointlessly long SimCity stream. Fun fact that's gonna make you go, oh god, Adam, you poor bastard. First time I played StarCraft 1, Nintendo 64 version. I did not get PC StarCraft 1 until like maybe 2 years after, when the battle chest was like dirt cheap. I got it like alongside, I think, the Diablo 2 battle chest. And the PC version blew my fucking mind. My fucking tiny little teenager mind. 12, 13 years old at the time. StarCraft 1 was great. We had LAN parties in my middle school, like, gaming club. I played this on a fucking Windows 95 computer. It was janky. It was crunchy. I played some online games for StarCraft 1. It was a wonderful time all around. Number 90, Mario Kart 8. I view Mario Kart 8 as a absolute best of Mario Kart as a whole. I'm gonna drop a minor spoiler about this top 100 list. This is not... There are other kart racers on here in the vein of Mario Kart 8 that is beating out Mario Kart 8. I adore Mario Kart. I think some other games are just better about it than Mario Kart. But no, I really like 8. It was just a culmination of all Mario Karts. I think the problem with Mario Kart 8 is like just because of like with the new track pack that finally finished up for Deluxe. There really isn't a point to make Mario Kart 9. I'm sorry. It's kind of like Smash Ultimate. It's like, you peaked. Where do you fucking go from here? Anyways, I said I would go get my food right now, so let's chill for a bit. I'm gonna cut it to the BRB screen. Hi, hello, I'm back. Alright. Kick to here. I've got my pizza and wings. I'm gonna be munching on that as we go along. It's time for number 89. Shadowgate. So specifically, the NES version. Well, I'll make the argument for also the Game Boy Color port, because I was not immune to Nintendo Power propaganda. I say that a lot, I'll keep on saying it. So I ended up asking Shadowgate for some nebulous holiday for the Game Boy Color. I played it. I liked it. It scared the shit out of child me. As an adult, I played the NES version, beat the NES version. I think this game's phenomenal. Like, I got the quote-unquote remake. I think it's okay. I don't think it beats the original. I did buy the, like, Classic Adventure series, which is just a port of the NES games. Pretty much every modern console has it. I've never played Uninvited. I like Deja Vu. But ultimately, Shadowgate is a standout MacVenture game. And like the other two MacVenture games and most adventure games, comical deaths. Very funny deaths. I do think the game gets a little obtuse. I mean, it's an adventure game. Like, that happens. But in the grand scheme of things... yeah. Shadowgate's fun. If you have any love for adventure games, play it. Just know that puzzle solutions can be incredibly obscure, obtuse, inscrutable. It'll happen. Number 88, Slay the Spire. Oh man, I put in a lot of hours to Slay the Spire. I love deck building games like Ascension, Dominion. I got into Star Realms or whatever that one was called for a bit. Deck building games are just good. There are other deck... nothing really came close to Slay the Spire for me after playing it. And I was, like, kind of looking for, like, alright, I need another game like Slay the Spire. Nothing else was really doing it for me. I did pick up on one of the sales a few months ago. I don't fucking remember. Toho Lost Branch of Legends. I mean, yeah, that's just Slay the Spire, but Toho, but it's hitting the itch. I really like that game. If Slay the Spire did not have the most insane, hilarious mods, I would almost put Lost Branch of Legend above it. But, you know, for as it stands, I put in an incredible amount of time in Slay the Spire on phone and on PC. It's such a fun deck building game. Sometimes you can screw yourself over with bad builds, but huge recommend. 87, Warhammer 40k Dawn of War Dark Crusade. Give me one moment. For the Emperor and all that. I've played Dawn of War and every Dawn of War expansion. I really like Dawn of War. I think Dark Crusade is the pinnacle. Soulstorm is fine if you mod it. But Soulstorm had a lot of issues. So, ultimately, I fall on Dark Crusade. The single-player, like, conquest mode is nice and spacious. If it doesn't wear out, it's welcome, kind of like how Soulstorm kind of did. Overall, it's just good. There's plenty of mods for it. There's plenty of mods for Soulstorm. But if you're going to go for a vanilla Dawn of War experience, I do recommend playing all of them. But just know that, like, the second one, Winter something, I honestly forget the name of it, has a little bit of a better campaign going for it. But it's kind of like a very loose, short campaign. Same with the original Dawn of War. Soulstorm just has, like, everyone's playable in a conquest campaign, and I really dig conquest type things for video games. I wish there had been more of that. Chromehounds was fun to play, but since no one was playing Chromehounds, yeah. 86, Dawn of War 2 Retribution. Once again, played all of the Dawn of War 2 expansions. I think Retribution is the best one. Now, I can't really say play Dawn of War 2 over Dawn of War 1 and vice versa, because to me, they're both different video games. The style of video game. Dawn of War 1 is more of your standard RTS deal, which is fine. Dawn of War 2 plays and feels more like the tabletop. Like, not one-to-one the tabletop. But in general, like, more... I never posted this on Blue Sky. Oh boy. Let me remedy that. Teehee. What? Why is it not showing up? Brain has ceased to exist. Sorry. Short circuiting. Anyways. Retribution has all the factions and everything. It's a lot of fun. Everyone has their own time going. I really appreciate the RPG mechanics in Dawn of War 2. It's all very good. My opinion. Dawn of War 2 is worth it. You can easily get it on deep sale. That's great. Don't get Dawn of War 3. Dawn of War 3 is an incredibly painful disappointment that I think ended up being as much as they wow, okay, let me try that again. I think Dawn of War 3 ended up suffering because Relic put their like main teams on for Age of Empires 4 and Company of Heroes 3. But yeah, Dawn of War 1 and 2, these two expansions, great, love them, recommended. 85, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. I'm biased for this game. I really like it. It's not nearly as refined as other versus games, but I don't care. Tekken Blade's in it. I love Tatsunoko things. The Capcom roster is crazy. Roll is pretty close to S tier in this game after being bottom of the barrel F tier in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It's amazing. I think this getting just a Wii release though really hurt it, because like, who's going to play a competitive fighting game on the Wii that isn't named Smash? Of course, you know, Dolphin exists, and there's net play tournaments for Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. I'm gonna fully admit to you, I am dirty trash, and my main team is Zero and Tekken Blade. Zero is fundamentally broken in TVC. Yeah, a versus game where Zero is top tier. Tell me if you ever heard that one before. 84, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Gonna take you for a ride. I really love Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Played it a lot in an arcade when I was a dumb kid, but you know. Hold up, I'm gonna eat during this chorus. Finman is coming. Anyways, yes, I do like it more than 3. I think 3 is good. 3 is also partially devved by my absolute favorite lords of Kusoge, Lord Aiding. Lord is not in their name, just called Aiding. Please let Aiding make another shoot 'em up. It's been too long. Let them make Batrider 2, come on. 83! Hey! Speaking of aiding... Speaking of Armed Police Batrider, it's Armed Police Batrider! I love this shoot 'em up. It's not my favorite shoot 'em up, but it's so good that it deserves a spot here in the top 100. Excellent soundtrack. I like the systems it has going for it, even if the rank system is semi-inscrutable. It's good. Batrider's good. Not really a super beginner shmup, but I mean, if you want to start somewhere that is of decent difficulty, but not like nightmarish bullet curtain bullet hell difficulty, Armed Police Batrider is a good way to go about it. 82, Devil's Crush, the first pinball game. Hooray! Give me one moment. Beard Wife just needed something. But we're back. Devil's Crush, out of the 3 Crush games, is the best one. Oh god. Ow. Sorry. Great aesthetic, pretty decent physics. Absolutely strong soundtrack. I played it 2 weeks ago, technically, at this point. It's a bit of a hard recommend if you're not big into pinball, but I recommend just like watching someone play it. Eventually, I'll upload that VOD, and you know, yeah, good pinball game, love it. 81 Gauntlet Dark Legacy. This is on the Childhood Rental Project. It will be seen, will be played. I love this game. It's crazy. It's full of content. You hit people and do things, and it's wonderful. I never really got a chance to play, like, full 4-player co-op on this game. I think in the arcade a few times, but never at home. I think it was only over 2 or 3 friends. But I like this game. My main problem with it is when you unlock bonus characters, they start at level 1, and you have to like run it back to level them up, so you're repeating a lot of content unless you have a friend with you to, you know, power level you. And which is unfortunate because there's a lot of secret characters in her I really like. So, you know. It's still a fun time. Dolphin net play is good. You can easily net play it with friends. The PlayStation 2 version, even though it was the first one that came out, I don't think it had 4-player support, but it had like life bars and everything for bosses and big enemies. But it didn't have the inventory system that Xbox and GameCube Gauntlet would have. It's weird. I played the GameCube version, so. Number 80, Risk of Rain. Good-ass video game. I spent so much time on the first one. I need to play the return version. I like 2. I have not played that much of 2. I need to play more of 2 in the grand scheme of things. Shame the composer, the OST, which I think is absolute fucking ultra banger. A bit of a douche. Sorry. Milkshake Duck and all that, but Risk of Rain just invokes a lot of emotions in me. Some of them rage, because I tended to play this by myself. I had to get good at it very quickly. I really like the Huntress. I still do. Will 2 dethrone this game when I play it more? I'm honestly going to say no. Because just of the sheer amount of time and emotional feelings I have for the first game. You know how it goes. 79. Dungeons & Dragons Shadows over Mystara. I love this beat 'em up. It's so good. Thief is great. It refines the first game a lot. It's not perfect, but it is a greatly fun time. Welcome to the D&D world indeed. Easily accessible to play with 4 people nowadays too. But great presentation. It looks good. Mystara is a very weird realm in the D&D multiverse. It's kind of funny. I ended up fighting about this by just like wandering into a game store, and they just so happen to have this cabinet, and I'm like, what? And I played it, and I had the best time ever. I like almost near instantly bought the Chronicles of Mystara collection on Steam. You don't particularly need that. You can just fightcade it or get stuff working on MAME or other stuff. You know how it be. Very, very good recommend. Like it. 78, Quake. Quake was essentially the first-person shooter that I ever played. That's why it's here. I'd say I played a lot more of Doom and other first-person shooters over Quake, and I still think Doom is very good, but I'm going to be real with you, I have never beaten a Doom game that wasn't Doom 2016, but Doom's good. Like, Doom's good, but Quake is the game, my first FPS game I ever played. It kind of made me fall in love with the genre. John Quake Marine jumping sounds intensify. I never played online, but let me tell you, I've played years back Quakeland death matches at MagFest. Transcendent experience. Absolutely wonderful. Doesn't really happen all that much anymore, unfortunately. But Quakeland parties are amazing. And with, like, Quake having that, like, modern HD version, which is really, really nice, you can easily just get, and it goes for, like, $2-3 on sale. You can easily get a group of friends together and just play some Quake deathmatch, and it's always a lot of fun. 77, House of the Dead 2 light gun game. I like a lot about House of the Dead 2. It's campy B-movie-ness, how trippy the ending gets. The levels are cool. I think it's a bit of a cruel game, just because of how it works. Suffer Like G Did is classic. Dogs of the AMS is classic. The final level is still brutal, dude. And dudettes, and those who choose neither. But I love this game. I barely played I played House of the Dead 3 a little bit. I think it's okay. I think it gets a little too much hate. 4 I played a little bit. It's interesting. I just wish it wasn't really locked to PlayStation 3. Impossible to get. I think Overkill's great, but I like Overkill more of its typing form. And I really wish the new one could be ported to literally anything, but newer light gun games are just stuck to, I hope you could get it on Technoparrot. Also, House of the Dead 2 has a pretty solid port in the form of the Wii version, which comes with House of the Dead 3. I recommend that. Number 76, Game & Watch Gallery 3. Anyone who was here for the, I can delete that. Yes, I am sure I want to delete that. Anyone that was here for when I was doing the Game & Watch Gallery go-through knows how much I love Game & Watch Gallery. At one point, I thought Game & Watch Gallery 4 was the better game, but then when I replayed it on stream, I realized that Game & Watch Gallery 4 is more of a best of Game & Watch Gallery. And that kind of, and like, then I recalled that. I remember feeling that as a kid, going through all the Game & Watch galleries, because, like, I was given Game & Watch Gallery 1 as a kid, 2 I rented, 3 I think I rented for a bit, and then, like, I eventually bought it. And just, like, 4 is another one that I own, but I was disappointed, because, like, all these cool unlockable games are just like, oh, this is from Game & Watch Gallery 1, 2, and 3. Like, some of the games that are basic there are just Game & Watch 1, Gallery 1, 2, and 3. So 3 has, like, the most unique games going for it, some cool stuff on there. If you like the Game & Watch series in general, want to see Mario and crew be in insane situations and Toad get abused, Toad needs to rise up, crush the oppressive Princess Peach regime. Game & Watch Gallery 3 good, we're moving on. 75. Oh boy. Hold up. I gotta move that over a little bit, because I completely forgot a column. T. We're gonna Toad for President of the Mushroom Republic. We're gonna hide my wife's cute art for a little bit. I apologize. Virtual Pinball. This game, so, sorry, let's just take a quick bite. Overall, I think Devil's Crush is like a better console pinball game. That being said, Virtual Pinball was like one of the, technically second, because my first console pinball game was Pinbot when I was a year and a half old. I was a baby, I barely remember that. But I remember renting Virtual Pinball a lot and just enjoying it. The basic tables on there are kind of like big vats of whatever. Like, they're nice, but they're pretty easy to, like, conquer for the most part, and kind of get bored of them really quick. But it also has a create-your-own-table system, which is really cool. And the only other pinball game that ever did that was on the Commodore 64. Which, ironically, that was published by EA, and Virtual Pinball was also published by EA. Yeah, there was once upon a time where EA was not made of Infinite Evil. I know, shocking. That's why Virtual Pinball is higher than Devil's Crush on this list, because it just had a lot more impact on my life. Positive impact. 74, Time Crisis Crisis Zone. I like Time Crisis a lot. I think the first game is a little too inscrutable to play nowadays, because they don't have the enemy is now shooting a lethal bullet at you markers, and you just have to assume. And the time limit is very stringent. Time Crisis 1. 2 is fine. 3 is fine. Crisis Zone wins out of all of them, just on the sole fact that you are wielding a SMG, and there's just like so much destruction that you can do. And I like it when video games just give me huge destruction potential while shooting my enemy. It's high octane compared to other Time Crisis, and that's why I really enjoy it. I've never played Racing Storm. If I can get the PS3 emulator working for the Shooting Gallery project, I'll give it a shot, but, you know. Crisis Zone is just a lot of fun for a Time Crisis game. And yeah, I know in arcades and technically PAL regions, it doesn't carry the Time Crisis title, because it is technically a spin-off, but it's still a Time Crisis game. You still release a pedal to hide. The only difference is enemies need multiple shots to go down, and you have an SMG. 73, Diablo 2. I spent an embarrassingly... not even embarrassingly. I spent a good amount of my time as a teenager playing Diablo 2. I simply love Diablo 2. That being said, for all the time that I spent on Diablo 2 and playing it, I think a lot of the modern contemporary is just better than it nowadays. And also, Blizzard is a fucked up company you should never give money to. It's easy to play normal Diablo 2, like, you can easily pirate it. And there's some solid mods out there for Diablo 2, but like... yeah, no, Diablo 2 is good. I really enjoyed my time with it. I beat both expansions as a druid. Me and my bear friend just kicked all the aspect of evil's asses. Shame about Diablo 3 and 4. 72, Mega Man 4. This is my favorite classic Mega Man, hands down. I have a hierarchy for the Mega Man games. Now, there is one series on here I have multiple of. And frankly, that series is very transcendent to me. So I didn't want to put on multiple Mega Man games. I really like 3. 2 is fine. Like, I still think 2 is a good game. I think it's overhyped. I don't mind 1. I like 5. I like 6. 7 I am not the biggest fan of. Same with 8. 9 and 10 are okay. They're fine. 11 I really like, but I never really beat it. So, 4 is the king of the Mega Man games of a series that I just, overall, just super enjoy. 71, East Origins. I'm gonna be real. I've only played East Origins and East 1 and 2. beat those. I've not played any other Ys game. I love Ys Origins. Remember beating Ys Origins as secret character and Unica. And like when you get to the end and you get that victory, that really good hype victory lap music going, oh, it's so good. Wonderful video game. First Diablo's also good. Like, Diablo 1 and 2 are fine games. It's just kind of like Diablo 3 and 4 were very disappointing to me. I like played the beta for Diablo 4. I'm just like, this ain't for me, bro. I'm sorry. But yeah, Ys Origins is great. Really like the characters there. It's a fun game. When you play any Ys game, play Ys Origins. But maybe I'm also a little biased because good friend and friend of the channel, Sarah Lene, worked on Ys Origins. You know. I'm not, no gun to my head or anything. I'm not being threatened by a magical cat girl as we speak. It's fine. Alright. 70, Shovel Knight. Did you know I am a millennial? Did you know I played the NES and 16-bit... I grew up with the NES and 16-bit consoles as a kid? Did you know I'm in my mid-30s? Wow, that explains why I like Shovel Knight so much. Everyone who goes in that demographic loves Shovel Knight that much. Alright, the joke aside, Shovel Knight is very much the pedigree of former WayForward devs working on it. Jake Kaufman does the soundtrack. It's so good. The expansions are good. I just really like Shovel Knight. It was like one of the first Kickstarter games I backed. I don't regret it. I think it's a fine game. Having Dark Souls tier death mechanics, I love Dark Souls so much, but Dark Souls did a little bit of irreparable damage to the gaming sphere. I'm sorry. No, Shovel Knight's good. Definitely recommend picking up its Treasure Trove. Because like I said, the DLC is very good as well. 69 nice, Doom 2016. Ha 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 ha. I really fucking love Doom 2016. Yeah. Probably some people would crucify me for this. But I just, the fact that it's just very fast-paced. The fact that Doom Guy just does not give a shit about the plot because, you know, he comes from a world where there was no plot in his video games. Where the plot was demons have invaded, shoot them in the face. It really resonated with me as someone who enjoyed Doom. And the first-person shooter genre as a whole. I had a wonderful time with it. That's why it's like my highest rated Doom game. '68, Warlocked. Hold up, I have some of this OST on my playlist. Let's get some of those Jaron Toll jams going on here. Where are we hiding, buddy? Jero and Tell, sorry. Warlocked is an amazing fucking game. It is an RTS on the Game Boy Color. You heard me right. It works. It looks good. The graphics are cute. It has a wizard collecting side thing to it where wizards are powerful summonable allies. Two full campaigns. It is very, very simple in terms of an RTS. Because, yeah, it's an RTS on the Game Boy Color. But they made it work. It is a marvel, absolute marvel, that these devs made it work. When all their other games were kind of like less than stellar ports, the handhelds. Nintendo took a chance on this game, and thank you, Nintendo, for taking a chance on publishing this game. Because it's fucking amazing. I highly recommend it, but But I also get, like, sometimes someone does not want to play an RTS on a Game Boy. But nearly everyone I ever recommended to play Warlocked was like, holy shit, this game is good. It's just a fantastic video game. Also, is on the Childhood Rental Project. I did run it as a kid. It will show up one day on this stream. We'll keep this going. 67, Magic the Gathering Chandelar, aka Magic the Gathering Microprose. This game fucking rules. It's one thing that holds it back, is it runs off of 4th edition rules. 4th edition rules were kinda nightmarish. So, also, it has one of the best Magic the Gathering tutorials on it. Because it just has a bunch of people dressed up in, like, wizard costumes and everything. Acting out an MTG game, teaching you how to play it. The game has a Goblin Polka Band card. When you play the card, it does a little bit of a polka ditty. But nah, the really cool thing about Chandelar is the adventure mode, in which you customize your avatar. You're dropped in the world with a basic deck, and you have to go around and fight the 5 top wizards of each color. They go fight the final boss. And then there's like other battles out there. You play for ante. The whole thing is like go into the dungeons, get more powerful cards for your deck, and win. There are mods out there for Chandelar that make it run on modern systems. And they do add in modern cards, but some modern cards really aren't made to work in 4th edition rules. It's a fun time. If you're a Magic the Gathering fan, go find one of the Chandelar mods that make it run on on modern hardware. It's good. It was that era where Microprose was like publishing a lot of good stuff. 66, Yoshi's Island. I love this game. It's cute. It looks good. Yoshi's great. Entire game of playing Yoshi. I love it. If Yoshi's Island's at 66, what other fucking platformers are above this, you may be wondering? Well, you'll find out. I don't have a bad thing to say about Yoshi's Island. It's a fun time. I did run it. We'll be on the rental project. It's just one of those things where, like, this game was good. I didn't really put all that much... I didn't beat it until, like, No, I beat the SNES version. I didn't beat it when I rented it. God, I was a child bad at video games, but... It's a good video game. So what's above it then? Metroid Fusion. Oh my god, Metroid Fusion. Incredibly immaculate super game. Scared the shit out of me when I played it. Actual horror video game. I think it's the best Metroid. That might be a hot take. I don't know. I like Prime. I like Super. I like Zero Mission. I just really like Fusion. It's just good. Go play it. I've run out of things to say about Metroid Fusion. Number 64, Odin Spear. Oh my god. Vanillaware. Vanillaware. I kneel. I'm looking so forward to Unicorn Overlord. But anyways, Odin Spear is just an absolutely beautiful video game. One of the first Vanillaware games I ever played. Got it due to Penny Arcade talking about it. The one and only time Penny Arcade propaganda worked on me. I don't regret it. I remember getting it for, like, Easter. Played the hell out of it. Got my ass kicked in the hell fight sometimes because the slowdown would just wreck my face entirely. It's... Get the port. / remake, whatever you want to call it. That on PS4. I love Vanillaware so much. I will admit, Dragon's Crown is not on here because I have never beat Dragon's Crown, but I fucking love Dragon's Crown, what I played. I need to beat it one day. That's so sick. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break, go get a little bit more food, and then we'll continue on. Enjoy the music. I've returned. Let's go for game number 63. It's Kirby Superstar. Absolutely my favorite Kirby game. And that's saying something. I would put more Kirby games on here, but for whatever reason, I just wanted to keep it to Kirby Superstar. Kirby Superstar is probably the most fun I ever had a Kirby game not named Air Ride. And I like Air Ride for fucking City. The City mode. Everyone loves Air Ride for that mode. But I like the structure of Superstar. I also think all the other games are pretty good. I've never played Canvas Crash. I'll play Robobot one day. I actually still haven't beaten the new Kirby game, but I really, really, really like it. So, until I ever do a top 100 revision, Kirby Superstar reigns supreme. I do actually really like the Treasure Adventure mode. 62, Windjammers! Oh my god, this game is hype. Honorary disc-flying super video game, Windjammers. One of my favorite arcade games. There's probably more favorites out there, but like, I just enjoy Windjammers so much. I wish I could play it with more people. One of my dreams is to run a Windjammers VTuber tournament. Maybe one day, in the near or distant future. We'll see what happens. If you never played Windjammers, go download Fightcade. Get Jason with his shotgun. Get Jason riding shotgun. Play Windjammers. Wonderful video game. It's so hype. It's so good. 61, Raiden 2. Let it be said, Raiden 2 is fucking tough. But Raiden 2 was ultimately the... We've heard this one before. What are you doing to me? What are you doing? What are we doing? We're turning on Gallantry. Gallantry is from Raiden 1, but whatever, we're turning on for Raiden. Gave us Toothpaste Laser. Toothpaste Laser's very, very cool. Raiden 2 is the first shoot 'em up I ever played, so of course it's gonna stick with me for quite some time. I've beaten Raiden 2 a few times, not 1cc. Oh sweet Jesus, no, that game is difficult as hell. I also like DX, but I think I prefer the more vanilla experience of Raiden 2 more than anything. So you know. Whoops. Oh well, it's repeating. 60, Metal Gear Solid 3. Snake Eater. I like Metal Gear Solid. I will admit, though, after 3, never really played much of the series after that. But 3 is... Sorry. 3 is definitely a game that I obsessed over a lot in high school. Played it through multiple times. Did a funny little victory run with, the gun that you unlocked for beating the game. I've never gotten the best ranking in the game. All the boss fights are really cool. Kind of unique in what they do. We all know the song. We all know the weird dream sequence. I don't think... whenever I finally play Metal Gear Solid 4 and 5, I don't think they're going to fail. And the fact that Metal Gear Solid 3 Sustenance came with the MSX versions of Metal Gear 1 and 2, that was also very nice. I do very much enjoy Metal Gear 2, but Metal Gear Solid 3 is the peak of it for me. 59, R-Type Final. This game was transcendent to me. I am an R-Type enjoyer. I've beaten R-Type. R-Type is fucking hard. Final was one of those things where it was very well crafted. They 100% like, just stuck to the whole aesthetic of the final, as it, like, 100 ships, all throughout the history of Raiden and other Irem shoot-'em-up games that weren't particularly Raiden. Raiden? Oh god, R-Type. It almost feels like a shame there was other Final games after R-Type Final. I have R-Type Final 2. I haven't beaten it yet. I do like R-Type Final 2. But, I don't know, it feels like having games after R-Type Final diminishes R-Type Final, because it was Final. It was supposed to be the last R-Type game. And the way it's just structured, there's minimal story in there, but it's like a very good minimal story that you have to go through. Some stages change depending on how you beat the boss of the area. Very atmospheric soundtrack. Creepy at times. The last stage with the thing in the background. High school me was very confused by it. R-Type Final was an obsession for me. For multiple years. I still love this game. I think about it fondly constantly. Every other game after R-Type Final must be an absolute fucking banger if it's number 59. Darius Gaiden is an absolute fucking banger. My favorite Darius game. It is also a Darius game for... I have some Darius Gaiden tunes on my playlist. The soundtrack's trippy. The graphics are good. It's a fairly scrutable Darius game compared to all the others that came before it. Darius is cool. I didn't play a lot of it, but I think it's cool. But, like, Darius Gaiden is a game I played a lot, like, late high school. I just enjoyed the hell out of it. I like Darius a lot. Being a Darius fan is pure absolute suffering. But Gaiden's just good. Straight up. Wonderful video game. 57. Henry Hatsworth and the Puzzling Adventure. Show of hands, chat. Who's heard of this game? I'll wait. I can take a bite of food. But I think you understand. Yeah, you understand, Moower. You understand how fucking amazing this video game is. A video game that on look... Yeah, I agree. But it's a video game on look that should probably be terrible. It's this weird, like, unknown thing. It is an EA-published video game on the DS. You think, wait, what? Huh? No. This is probably shovelware. It's not fucking shovelware. It is a platforming game where you control old explorer Henry Hatsworth, who is trying to collect all the golden gentleman's clothes for true power. Everyone talks in like banjo, like there's text, but they have like Banjo-Kazooie noise-making speech, but it's all like fake old-timey British accentisms. And all the while, there's a Panel the Pond style puzzle on the bottom screen creeping up. Sometimes you have to go to that bottom area and clear out the bricks, because if you don't, they'll spawn into enemies on the upper screen and you can be overwhelmed. But you get power-ups. And then you have a super mode called Tea Time, where everyone sips tea, and all of a sudden Henry Hatsworth is in a steam-powered power armor. This game is fucking unique. This game is fucking cool. Gets grindy at the end, yes, agreed. But overall, good video game. Hampered by the fact it's on the DS and emulating it's probably a nightmare. Since you have to... You can use your controller to do the puzzle area, but... Wario Land 3. I was waffling between Wario Land 1 and 3. I like 3. I enjoy 2 and 3 for its, like, puzzle platformy nature. I think they're very intelligent games. One is a lot of fun, don't get me wrong. Like, it being just a traditional kind of, like, platformer game. Go from one end of the stage to another. I like it for that. But 3, with the puzzles and the backtracking and everything, just clicks. Like, when you figure stuff out, when you have the ability to go back and clear other things, it's just like completing a puzzle. It's just like, oh man, my brain has expanded. This rules. I am ready to go. I do recommend playing all 3, and anyone who's seen the spreadsheet noticed that I have Wario Land 1, 2, and 3 as part of the rental project. Because I did rent them. I think I would eventually buy 3 because I just fell in love with 3, but I beat all 3 of the games. They're wonderful. Alright, 55, Mega Man Legends. This game is good. It has aged quite well. It's a shame we're never getting Mega Man Legends 3. I've never played Mega Man Legends 2, but I will one day. I love this game. I love the exploration. I like the upgrade system. And if you're not going for the ultimate weapon in a game, it is a pretty short game. Like, you could clear it in like 5-6 hours. Doesn't overstay its welcome. It's just a very nice game. I do recommend, though, if you ever do play Mega Man Legends, definitely play it in a way where you can map the turn buttons to an analog stick and not the L and R buttons. It just makes life so much easier. Or at the very least, something else. 54, Castlevania, Rondo of Blood. This is arguably my most favorite Classicvania. I did beat it for Dot's Classicvania Challenge. It's a game I very much want to 1cc one day. I know I can do it. The OST rips. Victor and Maria are fun to play. It's tough, but it's not... No, excuse me. It's tough, but it's not that tough. Very accessible game nowadays. Everything about it's just cool. 53! Another Castlevania game. I said there's one series on here that has multiple because I found it transcendent. There's 2. Castlevania is a very transcendent series for me. Aria of Sorrow is just a very, very good game. Favorite out of all, okay, it's not the favorite out of all the Igavanias. I'll let you guess which is my favorite, but it's good. Like, the souls, like, grinding the souls can be a little tedious, especially since I think luck is broken on that game. It's got a good soundtrack, good plot, good art, good sprite work. Huge recommend. I definitely recommend picking up the Advanced Collection. Sure, you have the Nightmare Albatross called Dracula X on there, but I do really like the 3 Game Boy Advance Castlevania games. I think Aria's peak. That's probably also like a real mountain, Aria's Peak. Thinking about it. Yeah, whatever. Number 52, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Speaking of simulation games that I spent ungodly amounts of time with, definitely Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Fun little game. I think anyone who plays Roller Coaster Tycoon just immediately knows with a capital K. You can make your own roller coasters. That's cool. I was never good at making my own roller coasters. Everyone said they were too intense and no fun, and you know what? They're probably right. But it's just a fun park building game. Like, there's a lot of content there. There's a lot you can do. It goes for cheap on GOG. There's Open RCT2, which makes it run incredibly well on modern platforms and gives you multiplayer. I think I lost like nearly 8 months to this game. I'm being honest with you. I just enjoyed it so much. Like, and my stepsister enjoyed it a lot because like the computer that could handle this game was like at my dad's and everything. So 51 Warcraft 3. I've spent so much time playing Warcraft 3. Why did I use that voice? I don't know. But yeah, Warcraft 3 is a huge part of my life. And shame the remake fucking sucks. Like, I'm not going to talk too much about Warcraft 3 Reforged. But the original Warcraft 3 was just a high point of my life. Middle in the high school. Mostly high school, I think. Because I got the battle chest. I really liked the story. Like, so much so that I was upset that I couldn't get into World of Warcraft. Initially. Spoiler alert, World of Warcraft is not on this top 100 list. Yeah, I played World of Warcraft for a while. But I think it's just like... I never particularly enjoyed what World of Warcraft became after Wrath of the Lich King. So... No, Warcraft 3 is just... I spent so much time on this game. The fleeting times that I had internet, I'd go seek out tower defense games. I played a little bit of Dota. Who didn't? There's this one map that was like... You were boats, and like you could play as like an attack boat or trader or something. And the whole point was like to accumulate money to get better and better boats to beat up your enemies. And I hope someone makes that a standalone thing one day, but who knows. Go pirate Warcraft 3. Play it. I love it. It's great. Alright. Top 50. Super Mario 3 for number 50. Arguably my favorite Mario game. That might make me a boomer, but 3 has that je ne sais quoi to it that no other Mario game actively captures, 3D or otherwise. I like Odyssey. I like Sunshine. I like Galaxy. I like Mario 1. Hell, I'll say I like Mario 2. I like World. Yoshi's Island's on here, though I hesitate to call that a traditional Mario game. 64 is fine. But Mario 3 is the one that does it for me. Just a lot of worlds, a lot of to go through. The power-ups are cool. I really like the Tanuki suit. The P-Wing, the Frog suit, the Hammer suit. They're all very cool to me. I think still the best way to play Mario 3 is the advanced port with the e-reader levels hacked in. The Wii U version of Super Mario 3, of the advanced version, has that. And that's more than likely been dumped. So, you know. I think there's like a lot of people who prefer World over... I think there's like almost like a knife fight tier contention between 3 and World. But 3 wins out for me. Alright, 49. Final Fantasy IV. Here's the second series that's absolutely transcendent for me. 4 was the second Final Fantasy I ever played in full. I've only ever really played through... I've played through the Super Nintendo one, and I've played through the GBA one. I've beaten both of them, but the Super Nintendo one was first. I just loved 4 so much. I mean, aren't you second ever technically third ever Final Fantasy. It sticks with you. It really does. I think it's great. I think there are better Final Fantasies than it, but I'm not going to belittle the accomplishments of 4. I think like my only real problem with 4 is like the plot feels a little disjointed, like they weren't sure what to do with the SNES at the time, but it's still a good game. So worth your time. 48, Phantasy Star Online. I never got to play Phantasy Star Online as a kid. I'm talking about the GameCube version, by the way. Episode 1 and 2. But I dumped so many hours of Phantasy Star Online as a kid. Me and a friend of mine, we would go over to each other's houses to play co-op. I don't think we ever got more than two players together, but it was still a great time. I still really like online. Sometimes I'll go download Blue Burst, play that a little bit, the Phineas server. It's an experience that's just very positive and still sticks in my head to this day. Loved it. 47, Mobile Suit Gundam, Gundam vs. Zeta Gundam. Don't get me wrong, I really like the Versus series. I like that the Versus series is like a fast-paced fighting game nowadays. And whenever I play this, if I play it for the stream, I might be involved in this game some other way in the distant future. We don't know. But Gundam vs. Zeta Gundam has a certain je ne sais quoi to it that puts it above the other Versus games. I think a lot of it is just like the post-game to this gets wild and like branching timelines and stuff like that. Like a lot of what-if scenarios, like nearly every major and semi-major character in Zeta Gundam. I barely knew anything about Zeta Gundam when I got this game. But I dumped a lot of hours. I 100% this game. I got the golden ending. It rules. Like, honestly, if you're a Gundam fan, I do recommend checking it out. The older Versus games are a little bit slower than the modern ones, obviously. So going back to play a slower Versus game might not be everyone's cup of tea, but as far as Gundam games go, this is one of my favorites. Number 46. Whoops. Hey, speaking of Gundam, this isn't number 46. Oh, I have Mario Kart 8 on here twice. That's weird. I don't know what was supposed to be there. We're not going to worry about it. 45, Pokemon Snap. I think Mario Kart 8 is actually meant to be 46, to be perfectly honest with you. And I might have just fucked up somewhere. Oh well, happens. Pokemon Snap was like a game that when I saw it, I really wanted it. I kind of like turbo begged my dad to let me buy it. He agreed. We even had a Blockbuster with a kiosk. I printed off my pictures. I unlocked Mew. I love Pokemon Snap so much. Like, we got the full value out of that game when I played it. Yep. We got Warlock down here. I have new Pokemon Snap. My wife played it. I still haven't played it. I'll play it one day. Pokemon Snap is just gonna always be fondly remembered. Especially figuring out the secrets and everything with amongst all my Pokemon loving friends. 44, Crash Bandicoot 2. I love Crash 1, 2, 3. 2 wins because it just hits right in terms of like the new content it brought to the table, on top of just refining the systems of 1. And like 100% in Crash Bandicoot 2 is nowhere near as like nightmarishly hard as 1 is, because I kind of fixed that for 2. I like 3, but I think 3 does a little too much of what it's going for. So 2 is the highlight of the Crash series for me. And believe me, I played a lot of Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3. 43, Mega Man X2. Some might think this is a weird pick out of all the Mega Man X games. To that I say, you might be right, but I really like X2. I like a lot of the refining it does to Mega Man X1. I like the Mavericks. I was never the biggest fan of the Shoryuken in the game, because I, for a while, could not do SRKs for the life of me. Now I can. I think it's the best X game. 4's good, 1's good, 3's okay. And then there's a wide-ass chasm between Mega Man, the first 4 X games, and then 5 through 8. Oh no. Funnily enough, though, my first Mega Man X game was Mega Man X4. And I didn't really play X2 until the power of emulation, and then by proxy, the Mega Man X collection. It came out after the Classic Collection. I did own the Classic Collection, so, you know. Oh, night Deacon. His lights out, so. Alright, 42. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Sorry, Majora's Mask wins over Ocarina of Time. I love Ocarina of Time. I think it's a great game. I think Majora's Mask is a better game. I'm a psycho freak, I know. I don't hate the time limit system. Like, once you slow it down, you have plenty of time to do the things, and it just feels kind of nice when you, like, figure something out, and it's like, alright, I planned out my day to do this. This is complete. I can sidestep all this shit now. And finally complete the thing. It has that added layer of problem solving that I enjoyed a lot. And I didn't mind the mask hunt down. I did 100% the game as a child. Some of those masks are rugged. Fierce Deity's cool. Trivializes the final boss though, so it's my favorite Zelda, hands down, in terms of the 3D ones at the very least. 41, X-Men Arcade. You've heard it being played a few times on my playlist. I love this game. Let's turn on a song from it. Why don't we? Very fond memories of this, playing this in the arcade as a kid. I was always Nightcrawler, even though Storm is like the best character in the game. A lot of fond memories playing that chicken. A lot of fond memories playing it at MagFest. Full 8-player cab going on. Good times. Like, Konami, very good at beat 'em ups. This was a sublime Konami beat 'em up. A little weird because the source material they were working off was strange, but whatever. I will say though, compared to the Japanese ROM set, American ROM set's brutal. Like, dude, what the hell? Konami, you had to stop hating Americans at some point. Like, cruelty, dudes. 40. What do you know, another Konami beat 'em up Turtles in time. I liked Turtles as a kid. I barely watched the cartoon, but I watched all 3 of the movies. Love this game. Even if Hyperstone Heist was one I played more. I didn't really play the SNES version until I was older. Same with the arcade version. I'm so much of a mark for Turtles in Time, I bought that remake. The remake was bad. Yeah. Nah, I love Turtles in Time. Good soundtrack, good gameplay, good everything. Please ignore that remake that... please ignore that the remake ever existed. Thank you, goodbye. 39, Ikaruga. I spent infinite amount of time with the GameCube version. Teenager me could not beat this game for the life of me. I beat it as an adult. Off of ports and stuff like that. I pogged when one of the fights in the Ice Crown Arena had Ikaruga style tactics where you had to like shield yourself to collect black orbs or white orbs. That's how much I loved Ikaruga. Like, damn, it's so good. I get it's not for everyone with how the systems go, but it's just massive treasure shoot 'em up goodness. Yeah, I've spent so much time playing this game on my GameCube. I had like the first 3 levels memorized, and then it started kicking my ass as a kid as it go, but you know. 38, Dragon Quest Monsters. A childhood friend of mine. I unfortunately do not converse with this person anymore. We kind of had a falling out in high school. But a childhood friend of mine both played this game a lot. And we we were already like good friends at this point, but like we just had a fun time just going through this game together, like getting the monster breeding going, finding all the secrets, going through the post game. DQM is just a wonderful time. I'm glad there's a new Dragon Quest Monsters coming out. I've never beaten 2. I need to replay 2 and actually beat it. I've never played Joker. I've heard good things about Joker. But the first DQM is just... good times had by all. I'm sorry, Deacon. Daddy's loud. 37, Pokemon Gold and Silver. I'm a Gen 2er. Sorry. No, for real, I really like Pokemon. I do not have that brain rot about the old generations were better. But gun to my head for a top 100 game list, Gold and Silver is going to win out. And I was like, fond memories there. From like 5th grade into 6th grade. Especially those were kind of like real rough points in my life. It's just, Pokemon was there. Pokemon Gold and Silver was there with all of his content. I was so excited for Pokemon Gold and Silver. I found a guide in a supermarket that was like doing a translation for the Japanese version for Pokemon fanatics who imported it from Japan. That's how into it I was. I played the remake. I love the remake. Someone stole the remake from me. It sucked. It was very much a Gold and Silver nugget during dark times for me. 36, Shining Force 1. Oh my god, I loved this game as a kid. Actual introduction to the SRPG genre was Final Fantasy Tactics. Shining Force was the second game that I put in like an extreme amount of effort to beat. I had it for like the Sega Smash Pack on the PC, and after school, when I wasn't playing some other game, it would just be all in the Shining Force. I was going through that. Eventually, I finally beat it. I was so satisfied. I loved it the entire time. I've never played 2, and I've never played 3. I will play them one day, but Shining Force 1 is one of my favorite SRPGs. One of them, I should emphasize. One moment. 35, Front Mission 3. This was like... Front Mission 3 was around the time where I was like getting really... where child me was getting really into RPGs. And, slowly getting into mechs. And a mecha tactical RPG, strategy RPG, whatever terminology you want to use, was like, oh my god, 100% something I wanted as a kid. I never beat both routes, but I did beat one route, and I engaged with the internet system to unlock the super weapon from it. Yeah, I used a guide, but I put in the time, because that's how much I love Front Mission 3. I love this game. I know it's getting remade, but after the debacle with Front Mission 2, I don't have a lot of faith. I was gonna get that Front Mission 2 remake. I've never played Front Mission 2. I don't even think it's been fully translated outside of that remake. But I've been told and seen that the 2 remake has an incredibly terrible translation that is like borderline, if not actually AI translated. So, yeah, I'm gonna dodge that one. I should play 5 one day. I played 4, but I bounced off of it. I heard 5's really good, but eh. 34, Civilization 5. I had to sit down and think, Adam, what civilization's going on this list? I really like Civilization. Never played 1, but I spent very long time playing 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually ended up playing 2 more than 3. I think I like 2 more than 3. 4 is fine. 6 is fine. But I think 5 is the peak for me. 5 is just... me just playing that game hardcore. I really liked playing as Venice. Venice was my jam. Hundreds of hours in the Civilization 5. 33, Streets of Rage 2. Yeah, I'm one of those. I think Streets of Rage 2 is peak. I really love this game. I like 1. We'll see 3. I'm gonna play the translated. I'm going to play the translated Bare Knuckle 3 as part of the thing because I don't want to subject people to American Streets of Rage 3. I'll make that one little override to the childhood rental project. No, I really like 2. Banging Yuzo Zero tunes. I like Skate. I like the characters. I like how it plays. There's a mod that changes all the death noises to Tim Allen grunts on the Steam Sega collection. That's very funny to me. Moving on. 32, Magical Drop 3, one of my favorite puzzle games ever. I love this game. I need to keep playing it, because I've gotten super rusty. I can get pretty far. I can consistently, when I was in practice, I could consistently get to Black Perot, which sucked, because, God fuck it, hate him. The worst. Absolute run killer little man. MD3 is great. I hope someone runs a tournament one day and invites me in, because absolutely one of my favorite puzzle games of all time. It's fun, easy to learn, very quick pace. Just, it's a good time. 31, Lords of Thunder. Let me go turn on, let me go. There we go. I prefer the PC Engine version, because I think the OST is better on the PC Engine version. It has that, like, strong 90s hair metal crunch to it. And it's just a good shoot-'em-up all around. I still am on the opinion that, like, I think the water armor is the best armor in the game. But the music's great, the aesthetic's great. You can choose your own, it's a choose your own stage, shoot-'em-up, high fantasy shoot-'em-up, side-scrolling. It's an excellent game. Like, when I heard of it, I bought it when they put PC Turbo Duo, PC Engine Duo games on the Wii eShop there, the virtual console they called it. Played through that game. Just stuck with me forever. Alright, 30. Sonic Mania. Chat room, I'm a Sonic fan. Admitting that to you right now. You may have guessed. May have been concerned about it, but no, I am a Sonic fan. I was so hyped for Sonic Mania. Lived up to the hype. I know some people think it runs a little too long, and I see their criticisms, but I think it ran long enough for me. And just, it's so good. I'm a little, I want to try out the devs' new game, Penny's Breakaway there. I'll get it one day. Money's unfortunately tight, because, you know, I have no paychecks coming in. You all been super generous, but I don't want to use... A, you know, the sub money isn't going to show up until, you know, mid-March, but... And B, you all been generous. I want to use this on, like, non-frivolous things, you know? Until I'm back on my feet, job-wise. Runs well, looks great, sounds great. The Plus DLC is cool. Mighty and Ray coming back is wonderful. The fact that one of the bosses is just playing Puyo Puyo, beautiful. An excellent video game. I was so happy. 29. Spy Hunter for the arcade. I'll specify the arcade, because there is, you know, the 6th gen Spy Hunter game, you know, for GameCube, PS2, and everything. Which I did rent the GameCube version. That will be played as part of Childhood Rental Night. But Spy Hunter was a game that I played a lot in elementary school. A lot of times when I'd come home from elementary school, I'd even ignore my homework for this game. I would just boot up Spy Hunter on the Midway Arcade collection that I had for my computer. I would just play. Hours on end. I love this little game. I'm so rusty at it nowadays, but I had to hydrate because like my chest is starting to, my chest and throat's starting to hurt a little bit. I have not streamed for 9 hours ever, nor have I really spoken for this long ever. So you know, teehee. 28. Oop. Age of Empires 2. So much time spent on this game in high school. One of my favorites. Sometimes I also like just putting in the cheat code for all the cars and driving around blowing stuff up. Tee. But nah, I played through the campaign. I love the campaigns. I love everything about Age of Empires 2. I really like 4. I haven't really fully explored 4. 3 I never really touched all that much, but Age of Empires 2 is going to live with me forever. One of those great things. I like teared up a little bit seeing Age of Empires 1 and 2 on exhibit at a museum that I went to, because of just how big of a part this game was during my high school years. I think it was middle school as well, but nah, just love Age of Empires 2 so much. 27! Star Wars Battlefront 2. Hooray for this coming out on modern platforms. This game fucking rips. The modern EA Battlefronts are not 100% trash, but they do not compare. Whew. I haven't taken a good breath in a while. But Battlefront 2 was just such a fun time for me, being a Star Wars fan and loving Battlefront 1 so much. And like, yeah, it's good. It's so good. I'm glad it's coming out on modern. You can even get it on PC right now and play active servers. You can do that. It's great. It's wonderful. Do it. Go. Battlefront 2 is fun. You can like do starship battles, or you gotta go on the enemy starship and blow it up from inside. It's peak. 26. Morrowind. The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Oh my god. Hey, remember how I spent like infinite hours playing certain video games during my formative years multiple times during this top 100 list? Morrowind has to be the formative game for me growing up. I lost an entire grade of middle school to this video game. My friend at the time bought it for his Xbox, and the Xbox version had some funny issues, but, you know, it just, wonderful experience with Morrowind. Beating the main story of main Morrowind was so much fun. I chose to be a werewolf in the one expansion. That was a good time. I have nothing bad to say about Morrowind. Morrowind's game design, I feel, is an incredibly lost art, and the like nightmare realm of AAA that goes on nowadays. Just a game that encouraged you so much to explore throughout the land. Because the land is just going to be constantly changing from, like, swamplands to, like, nice verdant fields to, like, more alien swamplands. The main story is funny. It's all prophecy stuff, blah, 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 but really do get to let loose in Morrowind. And the game very much lets you become, like, an absolute super god. Highly moddable. It goes for cheap on GOG and Steam. Open Morrowind is a thing, which is just a version of Morrowind that, like, just runs generally better and has, like, a lot more easier mod support going for it. Morrowind is just a huge recommend. Play it if you want, like, to play a game that has game design that just hasn't been replicated since, in my opinion. Alright, appropriate segue with this song for the top 25. Number 25, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. Remember how I said there was another kart racer? I thought that was better than Mario Kart 8? Here it is. I love this game so much. As a big Sega fan, just in general, how much I love Sega. This game did it for me. I remember friends making fun of me for loving this game so much. Fuck them, they're losers. No, the PC guest characters you can leave or take. Like fucking Danica Patrick, who cares? Yeah. I say fuck Danica Patrick, but also Mario Kart doesn't have Danica Patrick. But it is just a nice love letter to Sega stuff. Skies, Panzer Dragoon, Shinobi, Golden Axe, it's all there. There's no Panzer Dragoon, racer rep, but the stage music sounds very good. And Richard Jocks might be like an ultra boomer, but he does make a good song. Multiple good songs. Played a lot of Joe Musashi and Gilius Thunderhead until I unlocked my son Aegis, the sentient VMU. Just, I love this game. 24, Beetle Adventure Racing. Hey Adam, what the fuck? Hear me out. Any millennial watching this right now, past, present, and future, probably remembers the Beetle craze of the late 90s. You remember Punch Buggy, you remember your jackhole friend punching you super hard whenever a Volkswagen Beetle passed by. Punch Buggy, whatever color, no punchbacks as he just wail all the way the fuck off on your arm. It sucked. But Beetle Adventure Racing is like a well put together racing game based off of the Volkswagen Beetle craze in the Americas. Now, I want to emphasize that the Volkswagen Beetle thing was such a North American phenomenon that this game goes under different titles outside of the US. Australia, I think, is like some rally company or something. I don't know if it's the same in the EU countries, but like, yeah. It was just a game to capitalize on Beatlemania, but in the grand scheme of things, it ended up being a very good video game. And like, trying to like fully complete the video game is nightmare scenario, because it requires you to find all 100 bonus points on tracks, but it's also a racing game that encourages exploration to find all these. It's only hampered by the fact it's on the Nintendo 64 and sometimes the frame rate just dies. But it does so much for what is essentially, you can easily consider a shovelware IP, that it just rises above and beyond the chains. That's why it's higher than Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform. Give this game a try. I think you'll greatly enjoy it. Whew, gotta take another breath. I'm running out of steam. Number 23, Shinobi 3. Shinobi 3. I am... Like I said for Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed and Sonic Mania, I am... Calling myself a Sonic fan is too narrow of a title. I am a Sega fan. Yes, the first system that I ever played growing up as a kid was, and turn on some Shinobi 3 music, actually. Yeah, sure, my dad got an NES when I was a year and a half old, and I played that. But I was a Sega kid before I was a Nintendo kid. I had a Sega Genesis for like... Well, let me do some math here. 1993, when Sonic 2 came out, it was bundled in with the Genesis. I had a Sega Genesis for 3 years before I had a SNES. And don't get me wrong, I love my Sega Genesis and SNES equally. But I was a Sega kid beforehand. And the only reason I never got a Saturn was because, like, by the time my parents would never get me a Saturn. That's probably for the best. And I was just never given a Dreamcast, despite really wanting one. I wanted both of them because I was a Sega kid. Never got into it. I'm still a huge Sega fan. I don't like what modern Sega's doing, but like Sega during the console era, just love what they did. That's why Shinobi 3, Sonic All-Star Racing Transform side up there. Shinobi 3 takes all the good things from Super Shinobi, aka Revenge of Shinobi, and just refines them to a razor-sharp sheen. It is such a good video game. It is just taking an already good video game and making it better. And that's rare. That's rare for the third game in a series to do that. It is mind-blowing how good this video game is. I have a hot take. Even though Shinobi 2 was Yuzo Koshiro, I think the Shinobi 3 soundtrack is better. Everything is just better about Revenge of Shinobi. And that's like saying, oh, this new game that is a sequel to an 8 out of 10 just ends up being a 10 out of 10 video game. Like, you don't get that nowadays. You really don't. Hell, you barely got that one. You barely got that in the PS2 era. Lost art form. Shinobi 3 is sublime. It's wonderful. It's tough, but it's so recommended. Whew! Number 22. More gushing. Sheeran the Wanderer. Specifically the first one. I like the Mystery Dungeon series as a whole, but I told myself only one game on this list I am going to use as a catch-all for the entire series. So I did not put down Mystery Dungeon. I love the Mystery Dungeon games. It's all because of the first Sheeran the Wanderer, when Teenage Adam, emulating his first ever games, heard about this translated dungeon crawler game, translated by AGTP, about a mute samurai who wanders the land with his talking ferret friend. I don't remember if his friend's a ferret or a weasel. And I played it. I played so much of it. I got the DS port. I got Izuna, the Unemployed Ninja. I played a lot of other Mystery Dungeon games. It was my gateway drug into Mystery Dungeon. And I love the genre as a whole, but Sheeran the Wanderer is always going to stand out because it's just a sublime video game that just got me into a whole new world. And I appreciate it so much. I'm looking forward to the new one coming out. I have the other one for Switch. I just need to fully sit down and play it. I think Sheeran 2 got a translation. Oh man, it's so good. It's so good. If you can't tell, my top 25, I'm just gonna gush. 21, Super Mario RPG. This probably comes as no surprise. Better. Wait a minute, Super Mario RPG? Better than Front Mission 3? Better than Shining Force? Better than Final Fantasy 4? Yes. I was not super big in RPGs at the time. I think only RPGs I really played was maybe Mystic Quest? Zelda? You barely count Zelda as an RPG. I know people like calling it an RPG, but eh. So it's just kind of ooh, Mario, cool new Mario game. I played it and oh god, this is so good. Yep. Obviously I did not know who Yoko Shimomura is as a kid, but that OST did something to me as a child. Just beating the game, getting the smithy, going through all that. One of my finest childhood memories. I try to play Super Mario RPG at least once a year. I played it last year as part of the Childhood Rental Project. I was thinking about playing it again because the remake was coming out. I haven't beaten the remake, but I love the remake. The remake's so nice. Shame it's $60 and it'll never drop because Nintendo tax is a thing and it's awful, but yeah. Just so many fond memories with the Mario RPG. It was a rental. I did end up owning Super Mario RPG for a while, and it ended up getting stolen from me by my stepsister's ex-boyfriend. C'est la vie, I suppose, but hey, we live in a world of emulation. 20. Dark Souls. There it is. Dark Souls is right there. Dark Souls 1 was incredibly transcendent for me. I heard one of the reasons I would end up buying a PS3 was for Demon Souls. I did not get a PS3 until they had the Slim Revisions out. Like, I bought, and like, when I went out to the local game store, used game store, picked up Demon Souls, and I picked up Arkham Asylum. But let's talk about Demon Souls. How much I truly enjoyed Demon Souls. And I hear tell the developers of Demon Souls are making a brand new game for the Xbox 360 and PS3 called Dark Souls. Yippee yay, I said. Played it. Oh my god, this is wonderful. I'm transcending. I got the PC version despite it being super broken. That's where I just dumped in run after run after run. Every time I would play Dark Souls, it was fresh. It was wonderful. I was trying something new. Meta be damned. I didn't really engage in all that. Like, what story is there also really got to me? Just a story about how everything is falling down around you, but by the end of the day, you could be the beacon of hope. That you could keep persevering and moving on and finally find your goal at the end of the tunnel. It did a lot. Dark Souls did a lot for me. Like, 2, 3, never capture the magic. I haven't beaten Bloodborne and Elden Ring. I love both of those games. That's why Elden Ring's not on this list. Elden Ring is so good. No, Dark Souls just a huge winner here. I don't need to tell you that, you know. 19. Final Fantasy Tactics. I have beaten this both on PS1 and War of the Lions version. The main thing that hurts me about Final Fantasy Tactics is that there is no good translation of this game. PS1 version was of that miserable era of where Square's translations were pretty terrible. And the War of the Lions version just has the overly purple prose Old English text going for it that is also incomprehensible. The game itself, though, is absolutely magical. Like, granted, you know, when I first played Final Fantasy Tactics as a kid, I didn't particularly care for following the story. I didn't know what was going on. I think that's what happened with Final Fantasy VII when I finally got around to playing it, but it was just a very, very good time. I pissed off my friend by grinding the game, by doing just the sitting there and shouting and grinding JP. But I had fun doing that. I had fun mastering the classes. I had fun playing the retooled version on my Vita. This game is just so fun to play. I hope the remake is real. I hope it has a great script. I hope it has the War of the Lions stuff in there. Just retooled. I have nothing but fond memories. Like, and I do like the plot for what it is. It's just, the both roads of the plot, of reading the plot, is just utterly incomprehensible. And that fucking sucks. Tactics is sublime. Moving on. Castlevania Symphony of the Night, here we go. My favorite Eagavania, this shocks nobody. I went in reverse order playing the Eagavanias. Circle the Moon was the first game I played. And Castlevania Symphony of the Night had a greatest hits version at the time. I would end up getting the greatest hits version. I ended up playing it. I'm like, oh my god, this game is amazing. The soundtrack is amazing. The Upside Down Castle, very cool. I love the horribly cheesy voice acting. What is a man? Miserable Pog Secrets, etc., etc. I think it's Patrick Seitz that does Dracula in the Dracula X port there, the PSP one. He does a fine job, but the very safe, nigh literal script is boring. It's not good. The ending speech gets me every single time I watch Zoiteki finish the game. And just the whole you were doomed as soon as you lost the ability to love how it goes every single time. I love Symphony of the Night. I love the fact that other streamers I watch have been playing it and thoroughly enjoying it. It's such a wonderful video game. Yeah, it has wonky translation, but whatever. It was that era. It's charming. Hee hee, thank you, and all that. Souls, souls, souls. Secrets, secrets. God, I love Soten. 17, Sonic and Knuckles. I like Sonic 1. I like Sonic 2. I like Sonic 3. Sonic 3 and Knuckles combined is just the peakest 2D Sonic experience to me. Even more peak than Sonic Mania. Fun fact. I didn't actually really have Sonic 3 at the same time as Sonic and, while running Knuckles. I didn't even know the and Knuckles part was its own game if you didn't have a cartridge. Pardon me. I didn't even know it was a game until I accidentally turned on my Sega Genesis, and I was like, "Whoa, this is an actual game." Later down the line, the first time I would ever play a combination up of Sonic 3 and Knuckles was a PC version that had Sonic 3 and Knuckles as separate games, but it also had the two combined into one. It was one of the best Sonic experiences of my life. I played the hell out of that disc. I always was upset that, playing them together was always pulling teeth because of the way that how the emulation worked. There is an absolute definitive way to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles. That's how I played it as part of Childhood Rental Project. Sonic 3 Air. It's so easy to get set up. Wonderful. Wonderful. If you're ever going to play one 2D Sonic game, if you're going to play any Sonic game in your life, it's this one. Combined up. Is it long? Yes. Does it have some tiny little problems that I'm not a huge fan of? Yes. Is it the best Sonic, one of the best Sonic experiences you can ever get, in my opinion? Absolutely yes. 16. Final Fantasy XIV. Everyone saw this coming. This game has made me cry so many times. I wasn't in it at the beginning, but I got into ARR pretty early. It's like, I fucking love Final Fantasy. How many Final Fantasies have been on this list so far? This is the third one. Oh, shock of shocks. It's just stuck with me. I've played this game with so many good friends that are still huge parts of my life nowadays. I need to play it more, but the memories will never go away on this game. I got my wife to play it. I spent so much time on this game. I think I've been subbed for like the equivalent of like 10 years at this point. That's how big it is. A part of my life. I'm gonna stop because I could just go infinitely on and on about Final Fantasy XIV, but I feel like a decent portion of anyone viewing this actually plays 14 and understands. Game 15, Saga 2. Also known as Final Fantasy Adventure 2. One of my actual first RPG experiences as a kid. I think a friend of mine rented it. I played it. The copy he rented. I was just having so much fun. Coming back to it as an adult, it's still such an amazing game. It's got a fun little story. You go explore different worlds. You can set up your party to be super, super cool and everything like that. Like, Romancing Saga, just the Saga series in general, it's just a wonderful experience put together. Even the weird ones. Even Unlimited Saga. I'll say it. And Unlimited Saga is an inscrutable nightmare game. I like it. I really like it. It's hell to figure out, but I like it. Saga 2 is a game that made me fall in love with Saga in general. Like, just going forward. Yeah. 14, Donkey Kong Country 2. Anyone who saw me play Donkey Kong Country 2 knows I think this is an absolutely sublime super game. One of the few games on the face of the earth that I definitely feel like it's worth just getting the full completion of. Because it's just a well put together game. I'd say it's one of Rare's best games, but spoilers, you're gonna find out that I don't hold that opinion. I think it's one of their greatest games, but not the greatest game they've ever made. Donkey Kong Country 2 is a known quantity. I don't have to go on any further. Final Fantasy V, my most favorite Final Fantasy. It is the first Final Fantasy I ever played. We're not counting Mystic Quest. I love the job system. I love job systems in any freaking video game. I love the plot. I cried so hard during the mid-section with Galloth. It still tears me up to this day. I love the characters. I love the plot. It's just absolutely favorite Final Fantasy. I think it's like peak Uematsu OST. 6 is very good Uematsu, but I think 5 just hits. Hits in that very specific way that just fires all the endorphins on just super turbo. Give me one moment. Fair enough. Alright, number 12. What is better than Final Fantasy V, you may ask? Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2, holy shit. Immaculate super game. This was a GameCube launch title. How the hell did Factor 5 pull this off? I will reiterate. As a GameCube launch title. 10 out of 10 video game launch title. Launch titles are usually really janky. No, Factor 5 just, like, broke their backs to bring the most definitive Star Wars ship fighting experience ever created. Rogue Squadron 3 is the biggest tragedy on the face of the planet because they went for quantity over quality. Whereas, like, Rogue Squadron 2 is nice and short. It doesn't overstay its welcome. Everything about it is great. It has a nice gradual difficulty curve. Yeah, the stealth mission can be a little punky to go through. But it's so good. It's a shame it's real hard to play nowadays because it emulates decently, but not well. So you need to go find a way to play it on native hardware, GameCube, or Wii. And with how the retro market is nowadays, it's hard to make that ask, you know? Sublime game. Absolutely perfect. I have nothing bad to say about it. Yakuza 7's number 11. This game did things to me. I'm going to be perfectly 100% honest with you. When I beat Like a Dragon 8, Like a Dragon 8's going to dethrone Like a Dragon 7. Absolutely. I'm a fan of the Yakuza series. A lot. I was in when they were like, oh, we're making this a turn-based RPG. Granted, the other Yakuzas, I played very little of them, but I've watched my friends play it. I've watched Let's Plays. I very much enjoy it. I'll play through most of the Yakuzas I haven't played at one point. But 7's so good. 8 refines the formula so much to an absolute sheet. 8 is a wonderful video game. 8, I was so ready for 8, I bought it for full price. Like, my wife and I split the cost, because she watched me play 7, and she loves 7 so much. I like the new characters, I love the plot, I like how goofy it went with it. I recommend playing 7 so you can go into 8. Straight up. Hey, guess what? 10 is Yakuza 0. Absolutely 10 out of 10 video game. I loved every second of 0. I played 0 with knowledge of all the other Yakuzas, at least in my brain. And then going from 0 to Kiwami 1, I know Kiwami 1 has its issues. I agree with all those issues. 0's good. Do not regret my time with that game. I never 100% it because I refused the Super Learning Mahjong to 100% the game. But if it didn't have Mahjong, I would definitely Nose to the grindstone. Get that platinum. I mean, it's a known quantity. Highly... Yakuza 0 goes for dirt cheap on literally everything. Like, if you ever have the time, play through it. And then just go through. What's better than Yakuza 0, though? Live-a-Live. Why is it 9, Adam? Why is this not number 1? You'll find out. This shouldn't shock anyone. Best RPG Square's ever made, hands down. It is a role-playing game with a hard emphasis on the role-playing aspect of it. You are playing a role. You are not playing a game where you go around and grind and level up. Those mechanics are there. But the character you choose has a role, and you're playing it. It's all well crafted. The caveman story has no words because language wasn't invented yet, and the remake is amazing. Play Live-a-Live. Play Live-a-Live. I have so many good things to say about Live-a-Live that's just congealing into like a mass that I cannot spit out. That's how good it is. What's better than Live-a-Live? Fallout New Vegas. Oh my god, Adam, you stupid asshole. Why no Fallout New Vegas? Shut the fuck up. I love Fallout. Sorry, that was hostile. I made up a guy right there, and I apologize. I love Fallout 1. I love Fallout 2. Love them so much. I did get 3. I don't hate 3. I really don't. I don't think it's great, but I don't hate 3. It's not my disdain. I don't have the disdain for 3 that you have over 4 and 76. I put so many hours in Fallout New Vegas. I did perfect runs of the game, visiting everywhere. I have gotten all the achievements in Fallout New Vegas twice. Having most of the original crew that worked on Fallout 2, working in New Vegas, was the best decision and the only good decision Bethesda ever made. Bethesda still lives in the shadow of New Vegas, and they're bitter about it. Fuck those guys. Shame Obsidian now works for Microsoft now. Meh. Just let Obsidian make a new Fallout. Seriously. You're not getting anywhere. That new Fallout show, that's gonna be stinky. The Fallout Magic set looks great. I don't play Magic anymore physically because fuck Wizards of the Coast. Never getting a set of my fucking money, but... I love Fallout in Vegas. Like, if a game hits me so hard that I platinum it twice, you know it's a fucking good video game. Adam, you platinumed Fallout New Vegas twice. What is better than Fallout New Vegas? The Iroquois Masters. Hey, do you remember how I was shouting out the Iroquois Masters so hardcore yesterday during the 3DO stream when I got the Iroquois Masters? Go play the Iroquois Masters. It's a fantastic science fiction game. The fan-made freeware version is now on Steam. With the blessing and involvement of the original creators of Iroquois Masters, who managed to leave their company before Activision absorbed it and threw them into the Call of Duty mines. Rip Toys for Bob. That was the most terrible fate you could have ever suffered, and I'm so sorry. Iroquois Masters is peak sci-fi. The only other sci-fi in my mind that beats out Iroquois Masters isn't even a video game. It's Legends of the Galactic Heroes. My all-time favorite anime. Yes, that beats out Gundam. It's accessible. It's an amazing space exploration game. Wonderful plot. It's you against horrible alien overlords, trying to combat them and find your allies. There's so much to do. It's sick. It has a wonderful progression system. The soundtrack's great. I'm turning on my favorite song from Iroquois Masters again. That's the Yee-Hat theme. The Yee-Hat are cool pterodactyl aliens that talk in a Scottish accent. They fucking rule. Everything about Iroquois Masters is sublime. You have to be wondering if I am just shouting down how much I love these games. What the fuck could be better than Iroquois Masters? What the fuck could be better than Fallout New Vegas? I'll tell you, Baldur's Gate 3, I still have not finished this game. This is the one exception to the rule on here, because Baldur's Gate 3 is that fucking good. Larian cooked a goddamn massive, delicious buffet for everyone. They fought the odds. They fought Wizards of the Coast bullshittery. They cooked the most amazing video game I've ever played, and I have not beaten it. I have dumped nearly 100 hours into this video game. I have not beaten it. And it is number 6 on my list. It beats out Urquan Masters. It beats out Fallout New Vegas. The dialogue is great. Talking to animals is great. The mechanics are great. It's like playing 5e, but like so much better. Without some of the bullshit chafe of, Seeker is on playthrough number 5. I have friends who are on multiple playthroughs. Playing together. Playing together feels so good. Let me reiterate, I did not beat this game. It's number 6. That's how good it is. It's so wonderful. There's so much there. What's better than Baldur's Gate 3? Valhalla Cyberpunk bartending action adventure, whatever it's called. Oh my god, I love this game so much. Baby's first visual novel. It hit me so hard. Jill is great. Going through Jill's story is amazing. Every character in Valhalla is amazing. Kieran and Lark did such a good job. I'm glad they're in such better places now in their lives. They deserve it. Transcendent experience, this one. I laughed, I cried, I had the best time of my life. It's excellent. Like, absolutely excellent visual novel. They got it. They knew. And as like an introductory thing to the visual novel genre, absolutely wonderful. I played Girls Frontline because of this. Because of the collab that they did. Literally played Mobage because of Valhalla. If a game makes you play a Mobage because you loved it that good, then you know it's a good fucking video game. But there's still 5 more video games. What is better? Dynamite Headdy. That's why I put it on the blessed list. Top 5 video game. Absolutely 100% my favorite Sega Genesis game and my favorite Treasure game. Yes, I know what I'm saying when I say my favorite Treasure game. I am aware Gunstar Heroes exists. I am aware that Alien Soldier exists. I am aware Radiant Silvergun exists. I'm aware that Astro Boy game exists. Dynamite Headdy is the video game that turned me on to emulation. That doesn't sound like a big deal, but high school me really wanted to play Dynamite Headdy again. High school me wanted to play Virtual Pinball again. Led me down that hole. Led me to just the person I am about preservation and everything else in between. It is such a good platformer. It's peak Treasure. The music's amazing. Let me go turn on some Dynamite Headdy music, just so you know. Where are we at? Where's it at? Come on, show yourself. Where are we hiding Dynamite Headdy music? Here we go. I love this game. When I play it as part of Childhood Rental Project, I'm playing the translated version. It's good, the localized version's fine, but the story is very cool. It just has a nice presentation because the whole thing is like presented as like a puppet show gone wrong kind of deal. The power-ups are cool, the platforming's great, the music's great, it's colorful, it's whimsical, it's great, one of the best Sega games ever created. What the fuck is better than Dynamite Headdy? Huh? 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. Remember me shouting the praises of Vanillaware? Play this game, 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 play this game. I can't talk about it because if I talk about it, it's all spoilers. Play this game. Why is it not? Why doesn't it have a PC port? Come on, Sega, come on, PC port, do it, come on, make that PC port. This game's phenomenal. 1 part tactical mecha action, 1 part visual novel. Absolute masterpiece from Vanillaware. Why do you think I'm so hyped for Unicorn Overlord? Number 2. Anyone who knows me well enough, this will be the most least shocking thing. This is the only game series that I gave the pass of I will include the entire series. Super Robot Wars. I am a huge mecha fan. When it comes down to anime, primarily a mecha genre watcher. I love Gundam. You probably heard me talking about Gundam a lot. You heard me talking about Gundam a lot earlier today when I was playing GBO2. I love Super Robots. Playing Super Robot Wars 3, finding out about the existence of Super Robot Wars 3, like, sent me into a different realm. It was the greatest thing ever that mecha-addicted Adam could ever learn about. I've beaten 3, I've beaten OG 1 and 2, I've beaten W, and now that finally got translated, I need to replay it. I haven't beaten any of the modern ones, unfortunately, because I just kind of lost time, but Super Robot Wars is one of the most transcendent experiences I ever had. What is better than Super Robot Wars? What is better than 13 Sentinels? What is better than Dynamite Headdy? What is better than Valhalla? What is better than Baldur's Gate 3? I legitimately think this answer might actually shock people. Remember how I said I don't think Donkey Kong Country 2 is Rare's best video game? Reason for that. Adam's #1 game of all time. My most favorite video game ever fucking made. After all the praise I shouted for the top 10. After all the praise. Perfect Dark. I love this game. I was huge into GoldenEye as a kid. And when I heard Rare was making a new first-person shooter, like, based off GoldenEye, I was on that near immediately. I got it. I have played through Perfect Dark so many times. I have spent over hundreds of hours. I'm sorry, Mooware, I love Blast Corps. Perfect Dark is Rare's magnum opus. It is their best game. It is one of the greatest games I ever played. The story's kind of weird, but it's not about the story. It's about just a solid first-person shooter experience. That's about all the content in that game if you have the expansion pack. I'm not exaggerating how many hundreds of hours I spent growing up with Perfect Dark playing the simulator mode. Just setting the most crazy, batshit insane stuff. Getting all 3 stars on the shooting gallery. Unlocking literally everything. Playing the hard modes on everything. Convincing my friend to do a full co-op and counter-operative campaign. 100% Adam's #1 video game of all time. I love this game. I'm also very well aware that people are not the biggest fan of Rareware's FPS games. Some people do not like Perfect Dark. They might think Perfect Dark's bad. That's fine. I get it, but for me, it was like one of the greatest experiences growing up. One of the greatest Nintendo 64 experiences I ever had. One of the greatest video gaming experiences ever. I will stream this when projects start slowing down. I will stream the Rare Replay version. Because that Xbox 360 port was actually amazing. Like, it fixed a lot of the issues the 64 version had with the slowdown and everything like that. It just made a perfect game even more perfect. Perfect's right there in the title. Like Seeker said. Just, I love this game. I love this game more than all others. I love this game more than a massive mecha mashup series. That's saying something on how much I love giant robots. There you have it. My top 100 games. You have now peered into the mind of the beard. Of how he grew up, of the things he likes. This list is subject to change. I don't think I don't think my top 10 will ever change. Probably will, because Like a Dragon 8 is just that good. But here it is. I'm glad I put this together.